Chapter 4. Alex. Bzz, bzz, bzz. So much for sleeping in. It was 7:15 a.m., and although Alex did not want to get up or out of bed, she answered her phone anyway. Girl, Z exclaimed on the line, causing Alex to burst out into laughter. Don't try to kiki your way out of this. I want all the tea, and serve it up hot like Kitchen Kitty does, Z continued excitedly. Sitting up, Alex put her phone on speaker and started retying her silk scarf. I mean, we just got some food, ate, talked. That was pretty much it. You ate for almost 4 hours? Girl, bye. You text me that you would have the deeds, and I'm not hearing any. Z was obviously perturbed. I mean, that's what happened. We got some fast food and kind of picnicked by the lake. We talked about a lot of different things. Our careers, dealing with the industry, family stuff. He surprised me. Alex paused thoughtfully and then added softly, he's actually really cool. Girl, you are so gone, I can already tell. Honestly, you were on your way after that waiting to exhale sigh on Friday, but now you have officially sailed away. Just then, her phone buzzed with a text notification. Text from Jordan to Alex. Good morning, beautiful. Alex didn't want to respond too quickly, so she tuned back into her conversation with Z. Had the nerve to be like, we could only order off the value menu, Z was saying. I swear, you would think Ruben didn't have a job. Uh-huh, Alex absently responded while beginning to type. Text from Alex to Jordan. Morning. Why are you up so early? Text from Jordan to Alex. LOL. You're up too, though. Alex. I guess. LOL. Jordan. What are you up to today? I'm trying to see you again. Alex. You miss me already? Jordan. If I say yes, does that mean I can pick you up at 11? Alex. To go where? Jordan. It's a surprise. Hello. Z was practically shouting into the phone. What are you doing? Because clearly you're not listening to me. Sounding guilty, Alex whispered, texting with Jordan? Oh, hell nah, Z said flatly. What does he want? He's trying to hang out today, in a few hours. What do you think? I mean, you might as well, given that you're already gone, Z answered. Just make sure you come back with actual details this time, and don't be having your stomach all out again. Laughing, Alex and Z ended their call. Text from Alex to Jordan. I'll see you at 11. Alex snapped the back of her sand-colored wedge sandals and gave herself a final look over. She wore a sleeveless, mid-thigh olive green romper, which looked casual but sophisticated, with her hair down in her natural loose curls. She checked her teeth for lipstick a third time, then headed down to meet Jordan. Jordan flashed his signature smile and held the truck door open for Alex. You don't have to do that, Alex said. Jordan ignored the comment and headed over to the driver's side. You hungry? Jordan asked. Nope, I had a late breakfast. Good, because I don't want you cranky for where we're going. Jordan pressed play on his music app, and this time the Carter song Boss played over the speakers. Jordan nodded his head to the music and rapped along with Jay-Z. Over here we measure success by how many people successful next to you. Here we say you broke if everybody is broke except for you. Jordan turned the volume down a bit, pointing enthusiastically to the radio, saying, That right there is hella real talk. I will never understand how somebody can make it and leave their people behind. He continued. Remember when you asked me about how I stay grounded? Yeah, Alex replied, watching him intently. I never forget what I do and who I do it for. This made Alex think of her mother. She was always motivated to work extra hard for success because of all the sacrifices her mother had made. Booking jobs and building her profile was Alex's way of showing her mother she appreciated those sacrifices and that they weren't in vain. I definitely know what you mean. My mom keeps me very grounded, Alex replied. Alex sat up when she saw a small jet in the distance. They had pulled onto the runway of a private airport, and Jordan was driving straight towards the plane. What's going on? Where are we going? Alex's mind was racing as she tried to wrap her head around what was happening. It's a surprise, Jordan smirked. The two made their way onto the jet and sat across from one another. Jordan grinned while watching Alex eagerly look around the aircraft, adjust her seat, and play with the seat controls. Having fun? He asked slyly. Shut up. She playfully pushed his knees away from her own. Don't get used to this. I'm just trying to impress you. Alex wanted to say something slick but decided against it. I'm not even gonna lie. This is pretty cool, and I am surprised. She let herself sink into the leather seat and didn't retreat when Jordan leaned forward and placed a hand on each of her bare calves. They stared at each other quietly for an intense moment. What do you want from me? Alex said softly. She couldn't tell if he looked confused or offended. Seriously, I'm not trying to be rude, but I met you 4 nights ago and we're alone on a private plane together. It just kind of seems too good to be true, Jordan finished. Leaning back into his seat, he cockily popped his collar. Yeah, I get that a lot. Alex rolled her eyes. Just then, the pilot announced that they were 30 minutes from landing in Sacramento and that in-flight service would begin promptly. Sacramento? She thought. Alex raised her eyebrows at Jordan. I think it's time we look up the definition of surprise, he said, pulling his phone out. Jordan and Alex exchanged niceties with the flight attendant and eased into a comfortable conversation. Before Alex realized it, they were landing at another private airport where a black SUV and driver were waiting. I like how you evaded my question earlier, Alex said, watching storefronts and people blur past the SUV's backseat window. Jordan sighed. Is it really that difficult to believe I might just like you and want to get to know you? No, but you said it yourself the other night. It's hard to know who's real and who's not. All right, here's the deal. As I've mentioned before, you're quite beautiful, and I've seen your work. That character you played, Toya, that role took some serious chops. And after that, I might have been asking around about you a little bit. When I saw you at the party sitting in my section, I felt like it was fate. I was like, great, I'm finally going to get to meet her. I tried to break the ice by messing with you, but obviously that backfired. Alex laughed out loud. Anyway, thanks for giving me a second chance, he finished. Alex was speechless. Moreover, she felt guilty for giving Jordan such a hard time at the golf club. Jordan certainly wasn't what she expected. The driver pulled into the driveway of a lovely Spanish-style home. Upon stepping out, Alex could hear music, laughter, and lively conversation coming from the back of the house. Taking Alex's hand, Jordan led her through the front door and into the large open kitchen. Hey everyone, Jordan is here! Ooh-wee, he got a girl with him! A little boy who looked to be about 8 yelled out. Alex blushed as everyone in the kitchen converged upon them. Oh snap, that's Alex Montgomery, someone else said. Jordan was pointing out cousins, aunts, uncles, and siblings, while Alex tried her best to catch all of their names. Once they were through the kitchen, the scene repeated itself in the backyard. Eventually, things died down and Jordan led Alex to a large tree, where a middle-aged couple sat in the shade. This is Mom Dukes and Pops, Jordan said nervously. His parents rose from their chairs, giving Jordan and Alex warm hugs. So you finally got to meet her, Mr. W said, slapping his son on the shoulder. Alex couldn't believe Jordan actually looked bashful. The foursome exchanged a few more pleasantries, and Jordan's mother placed a welcoming arm around Alex, leading her towards a buffet of grilled meats and hearty sides. Now I know my son seems like he's full of himself and sitting on top of the world, but he's a very sensitive and passionate guy. He would give his last to anyone at this cookout. He wears his heart on his sleeve and often to his loss. Please, be kind. Mrs. W. said. Alex looked back over her shoulder, and Jordan was now laughing with his father. It was clear that family meant a great deal to Jordan, and it made Alex think of her mother again. Nodding to Miss W., she said, "Okay." When Mrs. W. walked off, Alex pulled her phone out to text her mom. Text from Alex to Mom. "Hey Mom, sorry I haven't called today. Took a quick trip to Sacramento, but I'll be back tonight. Love you." Smiling to herself, she put her phone away and waited for Jordan to finish talking with his dad. By the end of the evening, Alex felt like she was with her own extended family and was comfortable on her own. She moved around the yard playing cards, running after children, and holding conversation in different circles. Throughout the day, Jordan was never too far, occasionally checking in to make sure she was comfortable, bringing her refreshments, or giving her quick hugs. He was right, Alex thought to herself. I'm so gone. The trip back to LA was filled with effortless conversation and new inside jokes, but the mood grew more serious when Jordan pulled through the gates of Alex's apartment building. Parking the car, Jordan turned to Alex. Was today a good surprise? Yes, it was really nice to meet your family. We're so lucky to have both parents, and they obviously care about you a lot. Yeah, I am lucky. What about you? I know you've mentioned your mom, but what about your dad? My dad passed away when I was 6. He had cancer. Sorry. No, it's okay, Alex hesitated, then shared. You know, he took me on my first audition for this little J.C. Penney back to school ad. She smiled, remembering the day. He told me to always follow my dreams, and my mother made sure that I did. She paid for acting lessons, voice coaches, took me to auditions. Eventually, she remarried, and my stepfather at the time started getting upset about all the time and traveling she was doing to help me launch my career. They eventually divorced. Wow, Jordan said. That's commitment right there. I know, right? When I started booking more work, she left her corporate job in pharmaceuticals to move with me to LA and manage my career. I literally owe her everything. She always used to say, "Success takes 100% focus and commitment, Alex. There's no room for distractions." Am I a distraction? Jordan asked. As Alex considered this, she realized everything about Jordan was distracting. When she spent time with him, the last thing she was thinking about was work. Her mother led by example. Camilla Montgomery gave up love and a career. Alex felt it was only fair that she sacrificed too. A look of disappointment crossed Jordan's face when Alex still hadn't responded. "Let me walk you to the door," he said, and they headed inside. Alex fumbled with the lock before finally opening her apartment door. "This is it, home," she said, letting Jordan into the small foyer. "Nice." Jordan nodded, taking note of how neat, color coordinated, and well arranged everything was. "I know I said this on the flight back and in the car, but I had a really amazing time today," Alex said wholeheartedly. "I'm glad you have fun. Honestly, I'm really feeling your whole vibe, and I was hoping you'd let your guard down a bit more." "I know. It's just tough sometimes. I can't just think of myself. Other people are counting on me to stay focused. I know you, of all people, understand that. I can't get caught up and distracted, especially if I'll only get hurt in the end." Jordan moved closer to Alex, taking her by the hands. "I'm not out here to play games. I've just got a really good feeling about us. Promise me you'll think about it." They shared a long hug, and Alex could feel his breath warm against her neck. Jordan pulled away just enough to be face to face with her, his hand sliding further down her back. He closed the gap between their lips, and Alex pressed into his body. His kiss was smooth with just the right amount of pressure. Alex rose on the tips of her toes to deepen his kiss. When they naturally parted lips, Jordan put his forehead to hers, closing his eyes, not loosening his hold of her. "I'll call you tomorrow," he said. He kissed her cheek, then let himself out. Standing alone in the foyer, Alex's heart sank. There was definitely something special between she and Jordan, and if she was going to explore that, she had to be all in. She just had to figure out a way to do that while still committing 100% to her work and career. The first step would be letting her mother know she was falling for Jordan W.